There's nothing going on in Los Angeles, stated my friend, in the middle of them filming a Republican campaign ad for the upcoming midterms. Just as they tried to frame the 2020 Summer of Love riots with Antifa and our old friends at BLM as mostly peaceful protests. The same way that they want to frame this as non-violent action for the consumption of the regular folk out there who don't have a lot of time to follow this. The challenge is when you see images of people standing on top of burned cars with other Waymo vehicles lit on fire around them, and they say that it's mostly peaceful. When people are throwing cinder blocks atop of police from overpasses and shutting down the 101 as citizens of Los Angeles are trying to go about their lives and actually get something accomplished other than the destruction which seems so prevalent as a desire in the hearts of the leftists, of Antifa, of the rioters. Those who state that we will never go back to our country of Mexico as they wave the Mexican flag as they destroy the city. This runs counter to the ethos and the statement of non-violent opposition, non-violent action that they are repeating. And once again, it's the same thing that they did in 2020 during the Summer of Love. That which had mass violence, the burning down of cities and businesses and the destruction of individuals, cops killed, injured, people, others killed to the tune of 30 at least that perished during these malevolent actions taken by the far left. And they want to allow this to happen again. Gavin Newsom has stated over and over that he does not want Trump to send in the National Guard, to federalize California's Guard. He does not want it. He is opposing this. What? So the Democrats want this to spread to other cities just as it did in 2020 in mass violence and destruction with almost no repercussions, and not to have Donald Trump do something. He made a mistake last time in not squashing this unrest when it started to foment. And this time, good for him, he's not making the same mistake. He's letting it be known that there are going to be consequences for your actions. And if we have to convict you in federal courts, well, so be it. Because you have the right to peacefully protest, there's no doubt. You can disagree with the electorate that voted in Donald Trump about mass deportations, but you don't get to tear down the city. You don't get to prevent people from getting to where they desire to go because you are in opposition to it. You think that it's fun to take taxpayer funds to build these various edifices, these buildings, these structures, and to tear them down for rocks to throw at officers? No. That is anarchy. That is what we as a civilized society want to avoid. And these people that are here that are saying we will never go back to Mexico waving the Mexican flag, if Mexico's such a great place, why don't you want to be sent back here? Why do you want to be here and wave that flag around? Oh, maybe it's an invasion. Maybe it's a takeover and the destruction of the United States as we know it. So yes, I have a big problem with this. And then my buddy tells me that I'm cruel, that this is the Super Bowl of cruelty and that I'm a fan on the sidelines cheering it on. No, it's not. It is not cruel to deport people that are here illegally, especially the criminals. If you want to talk about Jose the gardener that's been here for 30 plus years and was 2 when his parents brought him here, that speaks fluent English, we can have a discussion about Jose. But if you want to bring 12 million people here, incentivizing them with policies like Medicaid for illegal immigrants, as Gavin Newsom and the California Democrats offered to illegal immigrants, while you out there, you sweating, trying to make your medical copay, and they're getting it for free. How is this even possible? Why do you think that they're doing this? The cruelty lies in those who incentivize people to pour over the border over the last 4+ years to the tune of 12 million of them, something that our country will be suffering for immensely. You have to take on the values and customs of the country that you are moving into. And the past migrants, they actually did so to a much larger degree than those who are pouring over are, because they worked and they worked hard. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for those people. But when you incentivize people with free handouts, with free plane tickets, housing, and Medicaid in California and other states that are paid for by the US taxpayer, you aren't going to get the same go-getter, the same person that just wants to improve their lives. No, you're going to get those that come here for the handout specifically. So you want to talk about cruelty? It's not Donald Trump that's enforcing the law by deporting these people. No. What is cruelty are the Democrats who incentivize them to come here. Why did they do this? Because the census is bloated by non-citizens. So it counts for their electoral vote prospects, for the number of congressmen that they have in the House of Representatives. And therefore, they want the power and they don't care how they go about it. So they want anybody, including the hard workers, the criminals, the freeloaders. It doesn't matter to them so long as it swells within the ranks of their blue states that are going to vote blue no matter who, like unfortunately California does. They want to maintain those electoral votes that are moving because of bad policies of California to places like Idaho, Texas, Florida. This is their desire. This is what's behind it. The cruelty is of the Democrat Party. And furthermore, it's like I told my friend that if I, on my own, incentivize people to move into his house by offering them free pizza and a place where they can put a sleeping bag and stay, is he cruel when he comes back to his house and say, no, you don't have the right to be here. You're out. And I say, no, but these people are so comfortable. Look at them. They're eating. No, they have to go. Is that cruel on my buddy's part? If I'm the one who incentivized them here, who's the cruel person that did that? It would be me in this case. I think you guys would agree. So to everything going on in Los Angeles, I think it's an abomination. And the fact that Karen Bass, the mayor of LA, and Gavin Newsom want to defend the rioters and try to gaslight us that nothing's going on the same way that they did in the 2020 riots, well, we should not stand for that. And good on Donald Trump for letting it be known that there are going to be consequences, and they can call him cruel all they want. I'm standing behind Donald Trump to enforce the law for what we voted for. And if they hadn't invited all 12 million people here and incentivized them coming from all parts of the world and just say, claim asylum and shut down and opened the border while they shut down Texas, who was trying to enforce their border on their own. They sued Texas when they built a gate and came in and dismantled it. They demonized the Border Patrol officers. They claimed that they whipped the immigrants when they were on horseback and promised that they would get down to the bottom of it.
But it was horrible what to see, as you saw. To see people treated like they did, horses barely running them over, people being strapped, it's outrageous. I promise you those people will pay.
Many Border Patrol agents committed suicide because of the Biden administration. And all it was a very cruel game, theoretical manipulative play in order to gain power. And so I hope that my logic you can get behind, that you can see things from this point of view. If you have a different metric, if you have a different point of view, please leave it in the comment section below. But a pox on the people that are running Los Angeles. That's why I left. I saw this coming. At the end of 2017, we decided to leave because of all the homelessness that was sprouting up and there was nothing being done about it. I'm like, this does not portend well for our stay here. And thus we left, and I'm glad. So y'all deal with it in California. And to my lefty buddy who's still in LA, do you not see the rioting? Do you really think that it's okay to burn all the Waymos that's costing Google $200,000 and all the time that went into creating those magnificent driverless cars that they are just destroying out of jealousy, out of spite, out of resentment? And you want to tell me that nothing's going on? Is that those pollutants, those poisons escape into the atmosphere, but LA is supposed to care about pollution as they throw cinder blocks off of the overpass at police vehicles and prevent anybody from getting to their jobs, as the cinder blocks were placed in the middle of the town square for anybody to come and be able to hurl at. These people should be going to jail, those who are planning it. Don't tell me that this is not organized, that is completely organic, because it's not, and we all know it because it's what happened with BLM, and the same thing is happening now because they want to maintain their grip on power. So I want you guys to tell me what I got right, what I got wrong in the comment section. Thumb up this video, and peace be to Los Angeles and everybody out there.